44 to South Croydon 103. So 103 South Croydon, Montrose 44. So South Croydon well ahead in that game out there at Montrose. And Rowville 18-12, 120 to Knox 39-27. Division 2 up at Ferntree Gully 7-9-51 to Mulgrave 3-6-24. And it's a split round in Division 2 today, with the other Division 2 teams playing last week. In Division 3, and Waverley Blues and Templestowe. Waverley Blues 4-11-35, Templestowe 1-7-13. Ringwood 5-3-33 to Ferntree Gully 2-5-17. The Basin 13-6-84 to South Belgrave 8-1-49. Also Baronia 14-3-87 to Warrandyte 4-2-26 as we cross down to the boundary.
Yeah, it was just at the Whitehorse huddle there. You know, Jamie, obviously pretty disappointing second quarter, but you really came out breathing fire. You must have been very pleased.
No, that quarter was much better, mate. We had twice as many tackles as we did in the first half. They came out, the effort, the pressure. The wind stopped off now, so, you know, I reckon we're a big chance. 57 all.
Yeah, kicking against the breeze in this last quarter. Obviously, see it's died off, so it evens it out a bit. What was that message?
Yeah, well, I told the boys it had dropped off, which was lucky. There we'd win first, which is good. So we'll see how we go.
Thanks for your time. Good luck.
And continuing on, Baronia and Warrandyte. Baronia 14-3-87, Warrandyte 4-2-26, and Scoresby 10-5-65, Donvale 4-4-28 in Division 3.
So back underway here at Springfield Park. Scores level. There's Mariani on the wing, gets a quick kick forward, inside 50. In front there was the Burmeister, the Zebras defender. As he goes long down towards the wing. Players fly. Bevan with the fist from the back was good. Quinn, handball out. And now Damien Patako had to get rid of it quickly. Denny's dances around one opponent and moves it up towards centre half forward in the Pym direction. But Ryan at ground level just paddling it away there. And free kick has been plucked out. It's going to go the way of Whitehorse against Steve Pym. And it's going to go to Ryan at half back.
I was out listening to Martin Stillman at the Forest Hill huddle at three-quarter time, and well, he has really rallied the boys. The best players are going in the middle. Pym and Cardamone, one out in the 50. Kick the ball long, lower your eyes, tackle hard. They expect to go away with the win here.
Well, Denham couldn't quite take it. Dispossessed there on that occasion. And Maguire just roving around, just trying to wait for the ball out. But Creek locks it all up, and we'll have a ball up right in front of the scoreboard here at Springfield Park. 8-9-57 Whitehorse, 9-3-57 Forest Hill. Minute and a half gone, final term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Dalgleish tapped it down, but to no advantage. Fed out there nicely there. That was Elijah Dale towards half back now. The Pioneers send it straight back inside forward 50. Flying for the ball there on that occasion was Thorne, but working their way out of trouble nicely. Forest Hill, and towards half back now. They got a paddock to work in. Cicluna against Connell.
Oh, good tussle.
Great tussle there, but they got the numbers here, the Pioneers. Patako takes it away now, up towards half forward. Coming from the back now was Thorne, dispossessed. Fed out now, McCormack takes it. And now they move inside forward 50. Beautiful fist away there by Denham. Rolls towards the boundary line, but they want to keep it in here, the Pioneers, but taken over the line by Michael McDougall. We'll have a boundary throw in right on the 50 here for the Pioneers.
Great call early in the final term, Dan. It's only going to get more exciting from here. As the umpire throws it in 55 metres out from the Pioneers goal line. Little paddle forward, Mariani, little handball away. Damien Patako squeezed the ball in. He was looking for his teammate there in Simu, trapped it, got rid of it. Dalgleish was in there. Players diving on top of him, one of them being Tommy Denham, and we will have a bounce just inside the paint, right in front of the Whitehorse faithful. As the umpire throws the ball up now. Just left alone, really, weren't they? As Dale had the bit of time just to clear the kick at a clean bowled all players. It comes out towards the half-back line, diving on top of it. Jacob Mowat, he was not releasing it. Rode 2 tackles to hit the deck, and we'll have another bounce. So it's edged out. Across the half-forward line for Whitehorse. Forest Hill kicking with the breeze in the last term. A massive pump there by Palmer up towards the middle of the ground. Little toe poke off the ground there by Klein. But the Pioneers once again have the numbers. Squeezed to kick out towards the wing position where Matty McCormick takes the mark. Players screaming for it forward. The fans telling him what to do, and he just picked one out magnificently. Spotted up the big man there in Al Quinn. He'll wind around on the right boot now and up and under kick. It's going to be who's going to... Dalgleish had the front spot knocked away from him. Sim at the fall of the ball, picked it up, handball over the top. It was a bit of a haymaker. Mariani goes back inboard. There's a lot of players still within this arc, so it's going to be hard to break away. And Davis brings his opponent to ground. We'll have a bounce. Barry Cott, some scores that are happening around the grounds very quickly.
Yes, certainly. East Boo at 55 to Kilsyth 25. Blue Hawks 89 to Bear Park 18, and Coldstream 86 to Nuttawading 28.
Clearing kick there that time by Elijah Dale went wayward outside and out of bounds on the full. So it will be Michael McDougall from about 70 metres out to bring the ball back into play. Distance might be beyond him here. Looks as though he's going to just poke it up into the hot spot about 20 metres out from goal. Does exactly that. The Zebras have got all the numbers back there. Where was the support for Whitehorse? And Elijah Dale takes the mark. Oh, it's a scrambly kick though. A very scrambly one. Andrew Padbury took the mark. It fell short. And he'll be disappointed with that, but I tell you what, this is one of the biggest kicks in the context of this game. Scores are level. 5 minutes of play. We've had no score since three-quarter time.
You'd back him in here. He is a goal kicker.
What a way to set the fans alight if he can put this one through, but it goes completely off the side of the boot, but the ball is still alive, and a strong mark being taken at the last line of defence by Jimmy Powell, who should have got a 25 for the way the ball was given back to him. He's not too impressed either, but he knows he needs to get on with the job here. Back pocket for Forest Hill. No change to the score. Looks like he's going to unload with a barrel. And why not? Goes up towards the wing position. Underneath it was Bevan for Whitehorse. Couldn't quite take the mark. Now they've got the run. Johnston, if he can sit up for him, he's off to the races on the left boot. Inside forward 50. Up towards the top of the goal square. Will it bounce all the way? Cardamone was there. He was worked underneath it. Well done there by Connell. And then the umpire's going to come in and bounce this one. It was a hot footy. One on there by Tim Johnston. I think we need to give credit to his goal in that third quarter, the goal he kicked earlier as well, which was on his opposite boot from 50 metres in that second term. Pye throws it up him. Got the knockdown that time, hitting the decks of Cluna. Got plenty of Pioneers to
so Cluna's
take him on,
in there.
Ryan and Connell.
So Cluna's been a good player in this quarter so far. The man who'll coach Forest Hill next year.
Pim took it out of the ruck, snapped around the body. Could he put it through? It goes just to the left-hand side. They've hit the lead, though. Forest Hill by 1.58, plays 57. Barry Cotts is very excited to tell us these scores around the grounds.
North Ringwood 8-7-55 to Norwood 5-14-44. 11-point difference, North Ringwood.
So Connell to bring it back into play. 7-minute mark of the final term. Low-looking kick, hit the target. It's Townsend at half-back. Looking for an option now to pump it long down the wing. Pack of players fly, no one able to take... Oh, Klein's able to take the mark. He's been good today for the Zebras.
He was, particularly in the first half, he was excellent.
As the rain starts to pelt down, Bevan crunching the contest there. And Pim, what can he do? He's wrapped up in the tackle by Townsend. And the umpire says, I'll have it, and we'll have a ball up. But there's a player gone down here. It's... Can't quite see who it was, but in that contest just there, crunched by Bevan. But he looks to be in a bit of pain as he just limps up.
I think it's Johnston.
Johnston. Well, that'd be a huge loss for Forest Hill. I think he might just be a bit winded. Not that I'm no medical expert, but he's coming off the ground now in the help of the trainers. But umpire balls it up. Quinn wins the tap. Moat once again. Trying to shake off two Whitehorse players, Damien Matako being one of them, as Johnston gets a round of applause as he comes off the ground. Rucks go at it again. Klein with the tap. Handball off, kick out of nowhere. Was that It's just away to the left-hand side.
I think it was
away
Joe
from
Lampard.
behind.
Joe Lampard's come off. Johnson's still out there, boys.
Yeah.
He's a guy, this is in his, 7th quarter today. He's come off the ground.
And his training top has Lampero on it. That's a Michael Cardamone mistake, I've been told as well. So the boys like to give him a little bit of stick about that. Let's cross down boundary side to Tim Fitzsimons.
Ray just stole exactly what I was about to say. It was Lampard coming off there with a heavy knock. And I've just heard Martin Stillman on the bench there. He said one-on-one for the rest of the game, no more zoning. So he's looking to lock it down and backing his boys to beat him in the contest.
Barry Cott's around the grounds with the score centre.
Yeah, it's a close one still at Bourne 10-4-64. Trailing Blackburn line 11-65. And also Baronia 112 to Warrandyte 40.
So Whitehorse across the half-back line here as the sun decides to come out once again out at Springfield Park. Standing strong though. Jimmy Powell got the handball away, and now the Zebras to use the near side of the ground up towards the half-forward line. Bouncing football, will it sit favourably for Ryan? It does. He took it. He took on the tackle. Handball over the top to Connell. He's been brilliant. Look away. Handball chopped off there by Denny's. Did really well. The All-American slam by Denny's. Goes towards Pim at the top of the goal square. Handball over the top of Cardamone. Puts it through, and the Zebras, they lead by 7 points now. 9.5 minutes in to the final term. That was fantastic play. And I tell you what, the sun was out now. It's absolutely pouring. But Barry Cotts has all those important around-the-ground scores continuing to filter in.
Yes, more Division 1 scores. Vermont 12-9-81 to Noble Park 6-7-43. East Ringwood 8-75 trailed Doncaster 10-10-70. And South Croydon 6-7-103 to Montrose 6-8-44.
You look at that weather. Have a look at that on the screen.
Well, 4 seasons at the moment, or 2 rather, as the sun just shines in on Springfield Park with rain absolutely pelting down up towards half forward now for the Zebras. Moat couldn't gather it, wrapped up in the tackle there. There was Davis. He's found himself at the bottom of many packs today, Davis, and that probably tell by how filthy he is. His free kick at half forward, moves it inside forward 50 to the top of the square. Pim couldn't take the mark.
Gave a push.
In the back.
And push there, so it's going to be a free kick.
Let's cross down boundary side to Tim Fitzsimons.
Yeah, just on that rain, it looks pretty heavy, but it's very drizzly, so it will play a part, but it's not too bad.
So the Pioneers clear out of defence, but only as far as Maguire, who tried to juggle the mark, but lost the wet footy. The Pioneers working it down the wing now. Dalgleish gives the handball back. Tried to take it back. Batako inside forward 50 in the direction there of Sim. Couldn't take the mark. Very slippery footy. Thorne at the bottom paddles it back to Sim. And Batako at the bottom there. And we'll see a ball up deep in the pocket for the Whitehorse Pioneers. And this is great contested footy at the moment, isn't it? And that's what's going to win it in a game that's just hanging in the balance at the moment as we tick over nearly to the 11-minute mark of the final term. Ball brought back into play. Falcon there was the Whitehorse man. Dalgleish at the bottom. Clearing kick out of defence for the Zebras up towards the wing. Races on now. It's Cardamone. He's got to beat Bevan. Kicks it off the ground. Then looks to follow up.
Bridges got it back to Cardamone, snaps it around the body, top of the goal square. Can Pim pull it down? Can he get another one? Big man picks up, snaps around the body. Oh, he can't put it through. It was a shank. He got pushed off the flight and through for a minor score. That could have been detrimental to the home side, but they lived to fight another day. An 8-point lead to the Forest Hill Football Club as Barry Cotts keeps us up to date around the grounds.
Yeah, Division 3, Waverley Blues 42 to Templestowe 14. Ferntree Gully trailing Ringwood 74 to Ferntree Gully 20.
Every 30 seconds it pause and then it stops. It's unbelievable at the moment. Real tough condition. Joston got dispossessed of the football. A lot of players around this now. Smith on the bottom of the pack. He'll hold it up and we'll have a bounce across the 50-metre line. Barry Cotts says more coming.
Yes, the Basin 13-6-84 to South Belgrave 8-1-49. Baronia 14-3-87 to Warrandyte 4-2-26. And Scoresby 10-5-65 to Doncaster 4-4-28.
Well, arching the back nicely there was Mowat. Snaps around the body, kicks it towards the Cardamone direction. Had the front spot knocked away from him. Free kicks being paid to the Pioneers for a little bit of a high tackle there. So they'll get a chance to stop prop and reload. I think it's Matty McCormick down there who has the football, who pumps it out towards the wing position. Big fly over the top there by Klein and forces the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. 8-point lead, 65 to 57. Whitehorse are trailing the Zebras on their home patch. Currently top of the table. The Zebras go after it again. They're undermanned today as well, as we will have another bounce as we will receive more scores.
Yeah, Division 4, East Buard 11-5, 11-15-81 to Kilsyth, 8-10-58, Glen Waverley Hawks 15-5-95 to Fair Park, 4 goals straight 24, and Coldstream 14-10-94 to Nuttawading 4-6-30.
Trying to scoop on it was Daly, right on his hammer was Davis, and over she goes for a boundary throw-in.
Well, 8 points the difference here. 14-minute mark of the final term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 10-5 plays 8-9. Rain absolutely teeming down here at Springfield Park.
Oh, for the next 30 seconds.
Palmer wins the tap down. Not to any advantage though. Sim mopping up at half back. Gets the handball out. Can he evade two tacklers here? Ward, he's spilled it over the boundary line, and there's been a free kick awarded here. It has.
It was a throw.
It was a throw. And is anyone going to claim the footy and take their kick?
He ran off, but the umpire called him back.
So Palmer will take the free kick.
Palmer wanted to receive, not the, didn't want to take the kick.
Right, yeah.
Short chip pass. Found Moat. And they'll soak up a few seconds here, Forest Hills. They just wait up their best option.
Let's go to Tim Fitzsimons quickly.
Disappointed Whitehorse had plenty of time to man up there.
So kick didn't hit a target inside 50. Padbury at the bottom of the pack there, stolen there nicely there by Bridges. Can he get a kick away? Pym around the corner has kicked another one.
On luck's fortune.
And Steve Pym, at his vintage best today, has kicked goal number 6. And gee, the bag is not dead, especially not in the Eastern Football League, as Steve Pym, gee, staking a claim today as one of the best on the ground. And he read that absolutely beautifully, didn't he? And wheels around beautifully and kicked his 6th goal and extends the Forest Hill lead to 14 points. And gee, that's a very handy buffer to have at the 15.5-minute mark of the final term, Ray.
It certainly is. And look, you just got to look at the body language now, the Whitehorse players. I believe that they've just sort of dropped their bundle a bit, boys, because, you know, they should be up and about urging each other on to get back into this game, but their hands on the hips, some of them bending over. They've got to just pull something out of the blue if they possibly can.
Well, Bridges was going for goal and the kick was half smothered, but I tell you what, in a tough situation, you need a clever footballer at the fall, and that was Steve Pym there. He snaffled it, then snapped it through for goal number 6. Ball back in the middle. Kick by Davis was smothered off the boot, goes out wide. Ryan scooped upon it, but coughed it up to Johnston. Johnston just wants to unload it. Was scrappy, goes in, it goes back towards the Pym direction. Got the handball away. Got it to Cardamone. Snap around the body, but it was touched off the boot. The umpire saw that one. It went through, but for one behind only. Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 16.5 minutes gone. It is a 15-point lead to Forest Hill. Is that enough, Barry Cotts? What's happening around the grounds as the score centre keeps reeling on through?
It's still a close game out of Bulman. It's Blackburn 10-13, 73 to Bulman, 11-5, 71. So 2 points of difference. Still a close game.
Well, Whitehorse's unbeaten run to the season is hanging by a thread at the moment as Forest Hill lead by 15 points. Ball up at centre half back for the Pioneers.
Pioneers need a goal in the next 3 minutes or it's Gonski.
They need to be just about perfect from here on in, you'd think, if they're to pinch this victory. But Bevan got the kick out, but only as far there as Fisher. Looks for a target in Johnston. But Connell at the front was jagged by the jumper. Advantage paid. Play on. McCormack, as he's off to the races now, goes inside forward 50. And beautiful mark taken there by Dalgleish. Needs to move it on quickly, but he'll wait up his best option. He had Thorne by himself, but has decided to...
He's got to put it in the goal square. Give his forwards an opportunity.
Well, he looks like he fancies himself from here, so he looks like he'll have the shot.
He's got not much choice, even though against the breeze, he's got to have a ping.
So in he comes. Dalgleish. The kick drops short. Oh, hasn't been taken. No, it hasn't. And scrambling towards the goal square in pack forms, and we'll see a ball up the tip of the square for the Whitehorse Pioneers as we nearly tick into the 18th minute of this final term. 15 points the difference, and gee, they'd want to score here, the Pioneers. So Groves palms it to the front. Batako will see it over the line for a behind. 8:10:58 the Pioneers, 11:6:72 Forest Hill, 14 points the difference. They need 3 goals in about 7 or 8 minutes of play. Going to need to be near on perfect from here. The Pioneers brought back into play now by the Zebras. Long kick up towards Klein. The belt came from Ryan from behind, beautifully taken there by Smith, but it's chopped off and now cleared away by Fisher. Towards half forward, they're finding themselves a bit outnumbered here. Forest Hill. There's Blythman. Connell. And finds Mariani on the wing.
Been very quiet today.
Very quiet.
He has, hasn't he? He's certainly battled at times. They've given him plenty of attention, that's for sure. Beautiful chip pass in. Found Matthew Batako.
Centimetre perfect.
As he's given the hurry up from the umpire. Matt Batako puts it inside forward 50. Pack flies, no one able to take it there. But it's, of course, McDougall around the body. A beautiful mark taken there by Powell. Claimed it, but umpire called play on. And Mariani at the bottom of the pack is wrapped up there by Davis, who's just been a tackling machine today.
Barry Cott's around the grounds.
Yeah, Division 4, East Boo at 11:5:71 is leading Kilsyth, 8:10:58.
So the umpire balls it up, and there's been a whistle holding the man. It's going to go to the Whitehorse Pioneers, and Dalgleish is going to kick for goal for his 4th major. Simply needs to slot this.
That's the man you want the ball in the hands of within 35, 40 metres, Ray.
Yeah, it certainly is. But he's still got to kick it.
Oh, thanks, Captain Obvious.
Oh,
So Dalgleish directly in front to get his side back into this game if there are any chance of taking the points today. Kick looks good off the boot. He's kicked it, splits the middle. And Joel Dalgleish has kicked goal number 4. And the Whitehorse Pioneers, 9:10:64, close in on Forest Hill, 11:6:72. 20 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, final term.
Is there life still in them, Ray?
I don't think it is. I think Forest Hill are doing enough defensively to win this game from here.
8 points is the difference. Another quick one will really spark it. There's probably 7 to 8 minutes left in this game. AFL Game Day 98.1 Radio Eastern Reaston. Combining words now. AFL.org.au. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, keeping warm and dry this afternoon. Watching Division 4 football at its best. Ball hits the deck. Newman's not getting rid of that one. Bit of pretend handballing happening there. He's enjoying. We called it early, but I think he just loves the mud. Newman, right around it in the middle of the ground as the knock came out. Johnston couldn't quite trap it. Goes after it again. Then finally, picked it up, and now he's brought to ground in a strong O'Brien tackle. We'll have another bounce. Once again, we can see the rain pouring through. Keep the scores coming in at Footy EFL this afternoon. It's in the last quarter, right across the eastern suburbs. The Pioneers bouncing the ball forward here. It's a slippery one. Who's going to be on the end of it? Little toe poke there by McDougall up towards the forward pocket. McDougall swings around. I'll tell you what, that could have been one of the goals of the year. But he didn't have enough curl on it. The second effort was magnificent. But I tell you what, only 1 point, and it's... Well, it's a handy one, but it's not so handy when it's 7 points is the margin. Forest Hill still hold the lead. Barry Cox has got more scores coming in around the east.
Yes, Baronia, Division 3, 18:4 to Warrandyte, 6:4
Ball kicked in by Quinn, in towards the forward 50, scooped upon there by O'Brien. He's quickly met in a strong James Powell tackle, dispossessed, nicely done there by Denny's, who could have been given away a free kick there. Mariani got it away. Here's that man again, McDougall, this way, that way. He got rid of it just in the nick of time. Nicely done there by Dale. Now Forest Hill with the clearing kick, but the numbers are still with Whitehorse. On the right boot, Quinn goes inside forward 50, trying to pluck it out of nowhere there was Sim. Couldn't pull it down. The clearing kick goes out towards the wing position once again. Bouncing football over the top there of Cardamone. Pim was there as well. Here's Quinn, scooped upon nicely there by Klein. Kicks the ball inside forward 50. A foot race she chooses. It bounces nearly all the way, and it did a wrong. And at the last moment, that would have been heartbreaking for the Whitehorse Pioneers. But it would have been brilliant for the Forest Hill supporters. I'm pretty sure Alana Coleman was up punching the screen as she saw as that one was going forward. It's an 8-point ball game, 23 minutes gone, final term.
So the Pioneers need 2 goals to win this, 23 minutes gone. And at half back, we'll see another ball up.
Oh, well, my heart rate just skipped a few beats, I tell you what.
As the tap's won there by Forest Hill at the bottom of the pack there. And Klein in and amongst. It's been massive today. Taylor, Davis, brought to ground in the tackle there by Burmeister. And we'll see another ball up.
Geez, they peppered Ray for the last 5 minutes or so, Whitehorse.
Yeah, they had most of the play inside their forward 50 in the last 5 minutes, but a big clearing kick by Tim Johnson that got it broke, so the ball went down the other end and they've cleared it.
So Palmer won the tap. Taylor is trying to get it, gain some meterage, and it rolls over the boundary line there in front of Johnston, and we'll see another throw in. 11-7-73, 9-11-65.
This is pretty tough football out there. You look at the conditions. You've got to give credit to all the players out there. Look, they're really spent, but they're giving everything.
Well, contested footy will win this game. It's down to desperation now, but the Pioneers, the minutes ticking away. As Denham grabs it there and is wrapped up in the tackle. And we'll see another ball up as we tick nearly to 24 and a half minutes in the final term.
Barry Cotts, you've got some more scores. You look excited?
Yes, Division 3, Ringwood, 11-8-74 have defeated Ferntree Gully, 2-8-20.
I think Tim Fitzsimons has just proven that his Ferntree Gully tip was way off the mark.
Again.
Your button's not on, mate. We can't hear you. As the ball comes in, ball up. I tell you, it's intense football. 25 minutes tick over, Dan.
Yeah, time running out for the Pioneers, who find themselves 8 points behind. And Davis has been one of those men for the Zebras today that's found himself at the bottom of nearly every pack. Klein tries to get a kick away, but kicking in danger. So the free kick's going to go the way of the Pioneers, and it's going to go to Batako, or rather it's Matthew Batako. Looks very much like his brother, doesn't he?
Barry Cotts around the grounds. Final scores coming in.
Yeah, late in the last quarter, it's Blackburn 85 to Baldwin 80, so 5 points of difference.
So Batako's kick down the line was spoilt out of play. And 25 and a half minutes gone, we'll see another boundary throw in smack bang on the wing here at Springfield Park. 11-7-73. Forest Hill 9-11-65. The Whitehorse Pioneers. Palmer winning the tap there. Handball came up to Johnston. Kicks it forward, up towards centre half forward. Push up from the defender. Pym has rolled it along the ground in the Cardamone direction. He's got Cicluna in support. What can he do from the angle here? Oh! Has been put down there, but umpire called play on. And Cicluna will gather it and look to wheel around or find a better option in Pym, who snaps. How's this one looking? It looks like it'll drop short and rolls over the line for off behind. 11-8-74 Forest Hill, 9-11-65 the Pioneers.
I think that might be just enough. Barry Cotts around the grounds.
Yeah, final score, Division 3, Waverley Blues 9-16-70 to Templestowe 1-8-14.
Well, we called that on EFL Insight during the week as probably the closest game in Division 3. What a great performance there by the Waverley Blues, and really looking forward to talking to the senior coach McGain in the morning on EFL Sunday as the kick goes out. They're just going to hold up the clock, you would think. Forest Hill at the moment, the kick goes across the half forward line, but the turnover's on. Now it goes forward, inside forward 50. The foot race does its shoe. Look at this from Batako. He charged at it, he ducked his head, and the umpire was right there. He could almost be pinged for holding the ball there, because he knew exactly what he was doing, but I suppose it was the two tackle against the one. Matt Fodier has got up. He's up and about as the siren sounds. Forest Hill have won today's game on EFL Game Day, 74-65.
Gee, what a victory for the Forest Hill Football Club. They've defeated the Whitehorse Pioneers, who have had their first loss of the season now. So a 9-point win for the Forest Hill Footy Club, Ray. And gee, what a result for Forest Hill, because a lot of people fancied Whitehorse heading into this one. And when you're coming up against a side that's won every game of the season, it's very tough. And in today's conditions, with pelting down rain, contested footy won the game.
Yeah, it was a great win by the Zebras there. Look, particularly when they found themselves at quarter time 10 points down and at that stage, you know, the Whitehorse Pioneers were up and about, and it looked really good. But what won in the game was, okay, there's two stages as far as I'm concerned. The second quarter, definitely, and the last 10 minutes of this game. They really hung on when everything was up here on the forward 50 for the Pioneers. So an excellent win after some disappointing performances in previous weeks.
Fantastic stuff, 6 goals. The major goal kicker on the ground was the big full forward from Forest Hill, that being Steve Pym. Geez, we've called Pymmy kicking some goals over the years, haven't we? Cardamone, he was the other multiple goal kicker with 2, and a very important one in that final term. For the Whitehorse Pioneers, their only major goal kicker on the day was Joel Dalgleish, who was incredibly serviceable and presented all day across the half-forward line with 4 majors, Dan.
Yeah, he was great, Dalgleish, wasn't he? He was fantastic. Wasn't afraid to get physical at times and find himself in and amongst it, scrapping for the footy. But Steve Pym, what a tremendous performance, Ray. Vintage best. He seems to be getting better with age. It seems to be a common trend across the Eastern Football League, whether it's Lee Odermatt, it's Steve Pym, it's Mark Williams from Scoresby. With age, they just tend, as they get up in their 30s, they don't lose it at all, and they continue to produce week in, week out.
Yeah, well, all those 3 guys you mentioned, they're all big guys. So, you know, big guys don't get any smaller as they get older. But the thing is that the Webb Pymmy, he's very smart. If you analyse his game of football, he probably only went outside the forward 50 twice in the whole game. He always stays around that goal square. And when you've got also, you know, at his feet, you've got Michael Cardamone there who chipped in with a couple of goals as well. They work very well together. And when you've got 2 experienced forwards in the goal square, that's a huge bonus.
Well, Cardamone kicked 2 goals, but I thought he was very good applying pressure to those defenders. Let's cross boundary side to Tim Fitzsimons, who's with Steve Pym.
Yeah, terrific game today, Steve. 6 goals back from the calf injury. Nice way to come back, isn't it?
Yeah, it was good. It was a hard-fought win in the end, but yeah, we knew that'd be a tough team. They're on top for no reason, so yeah, good. It's good on them.
That third quarter, they really came at you hard. You must have been pretty proud how the boys responded in that last quarter.
Yeah, definitely. I think we fell asleep in a bit in the third quarter against the wind as well, but yeah, good heart-full win, and yeah, hopefully signs of things to come.
We just saw the team bought into a little bit of a huddle there after the win. Do you do that most games, or is that just a one-off today?
No, we usually do it and congratulate some young guys who did well, or whoever did well, really. So yeah, it's a norm, yeah.
All right, thanks for your time. Go enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Steve Pym, the veteran there, who finished with 6 goals today. What a tremendous performance that was. And Ray, we were just talking about Michael Cardamone and the influence he had today. Only kicked the 2 goals, but the pressure he applied, and I suppose he's able to draw defenders as well, isn't he? Because they know he's dangerous.
Yeah, well, because he's such a dangerous player, he gets usually a pretty good backman, but he's so good on the ground. But he didn't have much opportunity today. But the thing is, like you said, I think that the coaching panel would be very pleased because of the forward pressure he puts on them, and he holds the ball inside their forward 50.
Let's go to Barry Cotts for some more scores.
Yeah, final score, Roeville blitzed them today. The final score was Roeville 26-16, 172 to Knox, 4-11-35.
Gee, a massive result there.
Massive result.
Massive, yeah.
I think we would be able to get the song. I think Tim might be in there, so as they file in, but
Ben and Tim are heading that way now.
So we do have the song, and away they go.